Elisar. She was sister to the throne, daughter of kings, wife of Akribas, who was very wealthy, but he kept his wealth hidden. One day, her greedy brother, Mdini, killed her husband, and she was left there, all alone, with no allies, with no one to support her. But she knew who to keep nearby. So she managed to sneak out all the gold, all the wealth that her husband had, into ships, 3 of them, near the Bay of Sur. And in the night, she slipped out. She went on the ship, and they, with her trusted priests, sailed. Hela, Hela. They sailed on the sea. It was kind and sometimes not, but she always stood on the ship and looked far to her homeland that was, and the place she wanted to be. They sailed until they reached North Africa. She started to see the hills. It became warmer. And the sun was there, shining over the hills. She had the same feeling when she looked back at Sur. She arrived there. But there was a king, a chieftain, Larabas, waiting, ready with all his army and all the weapons drawn. But then Elisar stood in front of him and she said, I come with peace, with no intention to occupy your land. I just want one peace that you can live where my people can live aside with your people. They can live together in harmony, with love and peace. We both will prosper. The Larabas never heard this before from anyone. And he said, let's see what you got. And she said, I have only one request. I want a piece of land that could be covered with one hind of ox hide, just one piece. Larabas laughed even more and said, here you go, that's for you, that's your land. But then Elisar was very clever. She cut the hide in tiny, thin pieces. And she made it into a huge circle. And she circled the whole hill she saw from the ship. And that was the new city, Carthage, the new city of Elisar and her people. The city grew, temples, houses, peaceful there. And there was no war. Yeah, you can arrive to a land and have your intention very clear and live with the people without violence. Elisar made it happen. But our Larbas was getting very close to Elisar, and he wanted more than a friendship. He told her, "You're very beautiful, Elisar, you're very smart, you're very wise, you have your people, but how about we get more closer and get together?" And he asked to marry her, of course. But Elisar didn't want to marry. She vowed that she would never marry after her husband was killed. But she knew that if she says no, her people would be affected, her city would be affected. So she needed to find something to protect everyone. She told Larbas, "I can't marry you. I can't marry you." There was rumors around that her rejection, Larbas gonna attack the city, or some people said that she is very selfish and not thinking about her people. But Elisar was beyond that. She went to the same hill that she saw at the first day she arrived, and she prepared a pyre there of wood. She called all her people and she told them, "I don't want to let my body to be the downfall of you." She laid on the pyre and set fire of herself. So there was no one that Larbas is worried not to marry anymore. But until today, the people of Carthage remembered her as not a victim, as a winner, as a survivor. Elisar, her name, who was up with the flames, the city that no one could take from her. And that was the story of the city of Carthage.